Hey guys, it is Kevin here in Japan, and I want to make a little video. I don't know, there's not anything planned. This is the kind of thing I would probably normally put on my JLand Kev channel, just completely unedited. I'm just going to shoot this on my iPhone and use the YouTube Capture app to send it up to BusanKevin. But I don't know, I know more eyeballs will be on it if I send it up to BusanKevin. I basically want to talk about, now you guys, you know me, I'm a pretty positive person, right? I mean, I don't complain in videos about Japan, I don't complain about stuff, for the most part. And this is not about Japan, this is just about, I just want to talk about sometimes one of the downsides of being far away from where you're from. And I'm kind of going through a bit of a funk right now. So I live in Japan, I work in Japan, I've got a good job. I've got a wonderful family. I like what I do. I've got this really great podcast that I love doing so much. I've got a great network of friends I've met over the years from doing these things I do online, like YouTube and podcasting and whatnot. But yesterday, my grandmother died, and she is my last grandparent. Was my last grandparent. A wonderful lady. She, the matriarch of our family. The Rock of Gibraltar that kept our family together. Strong woman. Died in her 92nd year. She had 17 children, guys. 17 children. Amazing, huh? More than 30 grandchildren and so many great-grandchildren. So my grandmother died yesterday, and I wish I could go to Canada now. I know a lot of my cousins and a lot of my family are obviously much closer to my grandmother than I was, just because there's always been a lot of distance. Growing up, I grew up on the east coast of Canada. I grew up in the province of Nova Scotia, from Cape Breton Island. But my mom and dad are both from Ontario, and that's where my grandmother lived. So we used to go and visit there most years, most summers. We would drive all the way up to Ontario, take us days to get up there, and we would spend time with my father's family and then my mother's family. So I have those memories as a child, once a year, once every 2 years, going to see my grandmother. And then, my time in Asia, my time in Japan, we would make an effort to get back to Canada every couple of years. And my son luckily met his great-grandmother twice, when he was 1.5 years old and when he was 3 years old. My daughter sadly never had the chance to meet her great-grandmother. But, so at times like this, these are the times when it's hard to be so far away. But I mean, I suppose that's a dichotomy. Not dichotomy, dilemma. There we go, that's a word. I knew it started with a D. Woo! When you're in an international marriage, like I am, and I'm very happily married with a loving wife, one person will always be far away from home, right? So here we are in Japan, I'm far away from my home. But if we were to move back to Canada, my wife would be far away from her home. Here we are in Japan, and my children are far away from their one set of grandparents. But if we were in Canada, they would be far away from another set of grandparents. Here we are in Japan. My son's first language, my daughter's first language will be Japanese, and we fight and struggle to help their English grow. But if we were in Canada, their L1 would probably switch over to English, and we would be struggling and fighting to maintain a level of Japanese. So it's just his life, right? Dilemmas. And so for all of you guys out there watching who are interested in coming to Japan, who want to know more about Japan, Japan is a wonderful place. It is a great place. It's a really good place to live. It's a safe place. It's a friendly place. It's a secure place. It's a great place to raise a family. But, with living anywhere in the world comes hardships, and in this case, that's it. There's a geographic hardship right now. Just because financially I can't afford to go back to Canada. So, again, I wish I could, but just not in the cards. On a brighter note, let's look at the better things in life. You see right above me? This is a cherry tree. And the buds, these are all about to bloom. The sakura, the cherry blossoms are about to pop open any day now. Could be as early as tomorrow if the weather's warm. So there you go, guys. So how am I doing? Not so well at the moment, but I'll be alright, you know? If anything, my thoughts are with my family. I worry about my father. I worry about my mother, my aunts and uncles, who are obviously the ones being affected the most by this loss. So, I don't know, just wanted to share that, guys. Just need to talk. I just need to talk. So thank you for listening, all of you. Yeah. Not going to try to pimp anything out in this video, just thanks for listening. See you guys. Take care. Kevin here in Japan.